My name is Stephen Pickard. I'm the Executive Director of the Australian Centre for Christianity and Culture. I'm also an Assistant Bishop in the Diocese of Canberra and Goulburn. I've come to the Ministry Symposium for a number of reasons. Most immediately because I was invited to be a companion, which I was very happy to accept, because at a deeper level I have a long-standing interest and concern in the practice of ministry, and the question of how we do that and the collaborative nature of ministry is very much a part of my own understanding, my own practice and my teaching and writing. And finally, I'm here because I want to hear how other people are thinking and practicing in ministry, some of the issues they face, and discovering some of the commonalities that bind us together across many different cultures. I spent 9 years as the principal of a theological centre in Canberra. Those 9 years were quite energy-giving and productive. And the reason why they were so productive and there was so much energy and joy in the ministry was that we operated in what I would consider a truly collaborative way. People had their own different roles and responsibilities, but my sense was they all owned the vision. We developed a threefold way of understanding ourselves. We prayed together, we ate together, and I used to encourage them on the third thing. And the third thing is we do what we like, and we like theology and the practice of ministry. So eating together, sharing our lives together, praying together. Those three things were things we all owned, and that gave us a sense of mission and purpose together. So it was a really great experience of collaborative ministry. One of the key themes at this symposium has been about baptismal theology and baptism as the basis for a collaborative approach and a cooperative approach to ministry. What I would want to add to that is that whilst baptism provides the people of God with their founding or establishing their ministry of the whole people, it is the nature of baptism which tells you about the character of that collaborative ministry. Baptism is about dying and rising with Christ, and a collaborative ministry is a ministry which is always walking the way of humility and learning to die, if you like, multiple deaths, so that we get out of the road and draw others into the ministry. Some years ago I used to take retreats, and they were called quiet days. And I changed the language after a few years and called them slow days, because it was a question of slowing the pace right down to get the right pace to be most receptive to what God was saying. We are in difficult days, we're in a church in transition. Unless we discover a new pace and a new form of presence, we will miss the real gold of the gospel. There's a wonderful saying by an Australian poet called Michael Leunig, and he says, nothing can be loved at speed. And the church would benefit greatly, I think, from learning to find the pace at which we can express and practice God's love. I think this is the ministry of Jesus. When I read the Gospels, he found a pace in which the presence of God could be manifest and come into people's lives. So I think the future church will be one based on finding that pace, and also it'll be a church which is a little bit like the Emmaus Road journey. It is a church which is on a pilgrimage and together, listening to one another. This is a sort of a collaborative way of working and living and being. It's not just collaborative ministry, but it's an ethos and a culture. And I think at the heart of it will be companionship. I think companionship will be the energy for the church that's coming. And it will mean that there are many things that will fall away that will cease to be, that will fall by the wayside in the church that presently is. And we'll discover new, smaller communities of companionship that can bear witness to the gospel.